Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, we had Moody Jazz's counterattack. So the fight continued on the boat. Aureo ended up using his stand Moody Jazz to replay some of the events, basically. So yeah, Moody Jazz, in a very, very interesting stand ability and amazing sound design, I must say, can replay stuff that it's recorded. So they watched what happened to Narancha when he got hit, and they realized that he deflated and was taken within the ship. They ended up figuring out, after Aureo had to sacrifice himself, basically, and, get deflated as well, they figured out that, basically, the guy used his stand to wrap one boat around another boat, and that's how he's been eluding them with his stand. Bruno figured that out, sank the other boat, but they're now on the original boat, and then he was about to kill Aureo, but Bruno literally threw his unzipped fist at him and was able to beat him. So yeah, really, really interesting stuff. Really, really interesting stand powers and stand designs, honestly. Very, very cool and interesting. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go. Alrighty. That was interesting. Was definitely interesting. 6 bullets. 6 bullets. We had a thing about this in part 4. We had a spectrum. It's been a few weeks, so I don't remember it. I mean, it's been at least 7 weeks, considering we're on episode 7 of part 5. But we had a spectrum of... I guess it was a spectrum of sentient stands, wasn't it? It was like Superfly to Anubis, because Superfly is the absolute worst, and Anubis is the absolute best of sentient stands. And we did have sort of a range on, on some of these stands. I don't remember a lot of the other ones. The main one was Act 3. Reverb Act 3. 6 bullets. 6 bullets. Where am I gonna put this? Okay. Okay, here's the thing. I don't like the idea of a sentient stand. Because at that point, it's just a Pokemon battle, And I see JoJo stand battles get compared to Pokemon battles sometimes, but I think that's incorrect most of the time, Because, let's, we'll keep it in part. Giorno sending out Golden Wind is different from Ash Ketchum sending out Pikachu, Because Ash Ketchum just sends out Pikachu, he tells it, oh, do this, do this, do this, and Pikachu does this, but Pikachu is the one who gets hurt if he gets attacked, Pikachu does the attack. Pikachu gets hurt. A Pokemon gets hurt. Whereas if something hurts Golden Wind, it hurts Giorno, Ash Ketchum's generally fine, And that's something I've always liked about stand battles, to differentiate it. It's not a Pokemon battle because the user is so intrinsically involved with it, And even in instances like Sheer Heart Attack, where, yes, it's an autonomous stand, and it does move of its own accord, albeit simplistically through its heat seeking. But when you apply the 3 freeze on it, that does bounce back at Kira's hand. And I like that, you know? Now, and of course there are some exceptions to this. You break Hermit Purple, it doesn't hurt Joseph. You break, some of Harvest, it doesn't hurt Shigechi. You have to hit Shigechi himself, as we saw. So, 6 bullets. I have to sit here and I have to think about that. Now, the first, I think, sentient stand we really encountered was Anubis. But the thing that sets Anubis apart from other sentient stands is that Anubis doesn't have a user, It possesses people, but it doesn't have a base user. There is no one who uses Anubis. Anubis uses people, but nobody uses Anubis, and I like that. And the whole thing, too, was that it seemed like from his backstory that Anubis only became sentient after the death of his master, the stand user. And thus the stand became bonded with the sword and took on its own life, But Act 3 is a Pokemon. Act 3 is definitely a Pokemon. And I never liked that about Act 3. Superfly, and that's the thing. I gave Act 3 crap. Superfly is the worst stand in the entire show. It's terrible. Because it's not a stand, It's just not a stand at all. So, that leaves us with 6 bullets. Each of the 6 bullets have a personality. Each of the 6 bullets have a personality. They are sentient. Now, I suppose you could perhaps make the argument, because, the Bucciarati's team, they're not exactly well-adjusted members of society. They're all a bit crazy, which is interesting. They're all a bit crazy, but at the same time, I don't know. But, Mista is smart, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but I don't know. I have to basically think, okay, while I do not like sentient stands, I think that defeats the purpose of a stand. There can be some autonomy. Star Platinum can catch a bullet without Jotaro telling him to do so, without Jotaro specifically willing Star Platinum to do that, Sheer Heart Attack, Black Sabbath, they can be autonomous because they're simplistic. They have basic guidelines that allow them to move, All of that is fine. Sentient stands, I don't really... Just full sentient, they are another being, basically. I don't really like that, but I will say, if you're going to do this, you just have to do it well enough to where I will overlook the whole, sentient stand thing. Even though I don't like the concept of it, I will accept it if it is done well. And the 6 bullets are done well enough for me to give it a pass. They're kind of ridiculous. I don't know how they eat. They're not physical, so I don't know how that works, but whatever. But I will accept it. They were funny. They were useful. I like it. I like Mista. So I think it works. I think it works well enough. Superfly? No. Act 3, I don't really care about anymore. It's mainly because Superfly was so much worse. Act 3, mainly because the main reason I don't like Act 3 is just because not even just the sentience, but its power. It's so stupid. It's 3 freeze, it will increase the gravity. Great. That has absolutely nothing to do with sound. And that's what you were. You were a sound stand. And this is not... That's nothing to do with sound. And I don't care what you people say about the weight of words. Don't give me that bullshit. It just got a different power. And it talks, you know? But 6 bullets, I'll take it. I will accept it, and we will move on. I'm not going to sit here and be like, the 6 bullets are back. They're stupid. I hate them. I'm going to be like, the 6 bullets are back. They're stupid. I like them, you know? Because they are stupid. Let's all face the fact that they're pretty stupid, but yeah. So, it works. It works well enough. I'll take it. I gotta look this up, because I think I actually know what this is. Yep. Alright. So, the torture dance. I mean, let's all face the facts. This has been recommended to me. I've never watched it, but yeah, I know what it is. I know what it is. I didn't know. I forgot about it completely. I forgot about it, but after that scene, I remembered, you watch JoJo for as long as I have, doing these reactions. Stuff pops up in your YouTube recommendeds a lot. And I try not to look at them. I obviously don't watch them. I try to just skirt them away, hit not interested, get them away, stop, don't look. But, let's all be honest, I did get recommended the torture dance scene. That was ungodly stupid and insane, but so is this team. I mean, look, I like this team. These people are fucking crazy. These people are insane, This isn't Stardust Crusaders where it's like, well, you've got the old man, you've got the delinquent, the cool delinquent. You've got the, calm and reserved smart one. You've got the flamboyant one. You've got the calm and reserved other guy being Abdal and the dog. But this one, it's like, all right, you've got the kid with the heart of gold. You've got the leader making, the tough decisions. You've got the edgy one who is pretty smart but kind of edgy. And then you have the 3 fucking insane people. You have the I don't even know how to describe each of them, how do I separate each of them aside from being crazy? You've got I don't know. You've got the small one. You've got the one who's kind of like Kakyoin, but he's crazy. And then you've got the one with the gun. That's how I describe Narancia, Fugo, and Mista. Because they are all insane. And it was the 3 of them that did the torture dance. So, yeah. That was crazy. I mean, even just the torture itself, let alone the dance, but the rest of that was terrifying. They hooked his eye. And burned part of it with the glasses. What? Why? They're just fucking crazy. But they are... Some of them are smart. I guess the jury's still out on Narancia and Fugo. We haven't really seen them do too much, but at the very least, Abakio we definitely got last episode, and now this episode we're getting some good shit from Mista. So I really did like that. When he, first off, okay. As ridiculous as the 6 bullets are with their sentience and such, very useful. I really like them. The fact that they are going and, curving the bullets and stuff like that. I like that. Very much like, okay, we're going to have a take 2 at Whole Horse, I want to know who wins in a fight, Whole Horse or Mista, 6 bullets versus the Emperor, But I like that. I like how they did that. It's very interesting, very clever, and yeah, as much as I don't like sentient stands, they are kind of funny, and I like their interactions with Mista. And then the whole thing with the truck was very interesting. him figuring things out. It's like, well, he must have a very close range stand, because if it was long range, he would have just attacked me already, and it's like, oh, well, so I need to get this guy, but I probably shouldn't go in without backup, so I need to wait for Giorno, but then he starts taking off, so he needs to, go get this guy immediately, so I like all of that. That was all very interesting. The whole thing of stopping for lunch and stuff was a little ridiculous, but it sets up the 6 bullets, So it works out. But yeah, it's very ridiculous, and he is, again, certifiably insane, I think. But he is smart, and I like that, And I'm hoping, I'm sure we're going to get good moments with Narancia and Fugo, so that, we can round out this team, basically. But yeah, honestly, from what I've seen so far, Bruno is amazing. I really like him, and I love his stand. Same thing with Abacchio. He's very smart, and honestly, I really do love how Moody Jazz, uses his power and stuff, all the recording. And then, while ridiculous, I do like Mista. He's very smart. He's very interesting. His stand, yes, is really, really stupid, but it's a lot of fun. So now all I need are moments from Narancia and Fugo, and I'm going to say this team has, rounded out. They're insane. They are absolutely insane people, but they're really interesting, and I really enjoy them. So yeah, interesting stuff. We'll have to see what happens next time. Was Mista able to get this guy or not? We will have to find out. But yeah, that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.